Hi! Welcome to my vlog! Have you ever thought of the word essential? What is essential in our life? In our education? Us, future teachers. In our everyday living? What is needed? What do we need right now? These are the questions that comes into our mind when we talk about the word essential. These are everyday essentials. And these are the things we need when we are studying. Education is a way of life, not merely a set of grades. It is about how you live and think on a daily basis. With that, let me introduce you one philosophy of education that I believe you will learn and gain knowledge about the different teaching strategies that will help you as a future educator. To start, let us know what is Essentialism. It first originated in the 1930s and grew in popularity throughout the Cold War and the Sputnik era in the 1950s and 1960s. William Bagley devised the concept, which was later refined by Arthur Baster and Admiral Hyman Rickover. Let us now know who is William Chandler Bagley. He is born on March 15, 1874 and then died in July 1, 1946. An American educator, author, the editor who, as a leading essentialist, opposed many of the practices of progressive education. Bagley promoted a core of traditional subjects as essential to a good education, the goal of which is the development of good citizens who will be useful to society. He believed this education should be available to all and opposed the use of standardized tests that were biased against minority groups. Arthur Baster. Baster is an essentialist who believes that the mission of the school is to train intellectual capacity of learners. Hence, subjects to be offered are grammar, literature, writing, mathematics, science, history, and foreign language. Admiral Hyman Rickover states that education is the most important problem facing the United States today, and only the massive upgrading of the scholastic standards of our schools will be guaranteed the future prosperity and freedom of the Republic. The Essentialism philosophy advocates the belief that in order to achieve, a person should recognize and focus on their basic abilities. The Essentialists think that any activity can be completed by breaking into smaller parts, more manageable portions, and then completing this task using your natural talent. This would include recognizing what you are skilled at or love doing the most in school and then applying these talents to all learning opportunities. The best way for students to learn is by finding what they love about an activity or subject and then pursuing it with vigor. This means embracing things they enjoy while also challenging themselves with new information. When students do this, they are more engaged with the material and have a greater success in comprehension. Now, let us know about the concept of essentialism. The first one is the educational curriculum should focus on the fundamentals or the essentials. The second, today's essentialism is reflected in the public's desire to enhance academic standards and improve students' work and minds. One of the primary reasons students attend to school is to learn knowledge and improve it over time. The public's drive to raise academic standards and improve students' work and minds reflects on today's essentialism. Next is essentialism and curriculum. First is not rooted in the past. Second, rejects subjects such as art, music, physical education. Third is that concerned with facts and knowledge. Fourth, all students offered some common curriculum. The major purpose of essentialism as an educational theory is to teach students the fundamentals. Reading, writing, and arithmetic are the basics of primary school, with science and history and a foreign language added in high school. Essentialism and aims of education. First is to promote the intellectual growth of the individual. Second, to educate the competent person. Educational essentialism is an educational philosophy whose adherents believe that children should learn the traditional basic subjects thoroughly. In this philosophical school of thought, the aim is to instill students with the essentials of academic knowledge, enacting the back-to-basic approach. Essentialism and discipline. The philosophy believes in tough discipline and training, and a good deal of homework and serious studies permeate the curriculum. Adults are also responsible for imposing discipline in the essentialist classroom. Teachers must guide students by using strict external discipline with fair and consistent consequences. Self-discipline, according to essentialist philosophy, will eventually develop from its outwardly imposed discipline. Essentialism in the classroom means that teachers and administrators have the duty to promote self-discipline through strict daily guidance. Essentialism and teacher. The teacher is considered as the master of particular subject and a model worthy of emulation. Second, the authority because of the knowledge and high standards he or she holds. A person who holds control over the classroom with minimal student input. Essentialists argue that classroom should be teacher-oriented. We put in our minds that us, futures, should serve as an intellectual and moral role model for the students. The teachers or administrators decide what is most important for the students to learn with little regard to the students' interest. Determining students' outcome. Essentialism is based firmly on pass or fail system of education. Students must master grade or course content before being promoted to the next level. Essentialist educators place emphasis on standardized test scores as a means of determining mastery. Bagley himself was a proponent of failing students when they could not meet the accepted grade or test score standards. He felt that democracy required all students to meet the same level of achievement. Through essentialism in the classroom, students with various ages and abilities are taught the exact same curriculum. Students who have disabilities or limited English proficiency are taught with the same techniques and materials. Giving students a different or less rigorous education based on their special circumstances goes against an essentialism definition.
Let us now know about the different teaching strategies. The first one is use instructional strategies. The second one is the teacher do the lecture. The student do the memorization. The student also do their homework. And it is a teacher and subject centered. And lastly would be the mastery of learning.
Have you learned something from today's video? Did you like what you saw? Well, if you ask me, I did indeed. Thank you so much for listening and watching the video. And I hope to see you once again in my next video. Goodbye and God bless us all.